Your iPhone can be a double-edged sword. It can either be your greatest asset in boosting productivity, or it can be your biggest distraction, constantly pulling you away from what really matters. And if it's the latter, it's probably holding you back from reaching your full potential. So the real question is, how do you maximize the benefits of your iPhone while minimizing the distractions? Now, the goal isn't to just use your iPhone more effectively. It's to make your iPhone work for you and not against you. Now, I'm not claiming to be some sort of productivity guru, but what I do believe in is constant improvement. If I'm even a little better than yesterday, last week, last month, or last year, then I'm definitely on the right path. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I transformed my iPhone 13 Pro into my ultimate productivity companion. Let's get straight into it. So the first thing that you see when you pick up your iPhone is obviously the lock screen. So it only makes sense to go ahead and optimize it for productivity. So instead of having a lock screen that is cluttered and messy and full of distractions, I've set mine up to be clean, functional, and intentional, keeping me focused as I go throughout my day. And one of the biggest changes that I made was just choosing an aesthetic wallpaper for my iPhone. Just a simple distraction-free background keeps me focused on my tasks, and in my case, also focused on my faith. But what really takes my lock screen to the next level is the widgets. So the widgets that I use provide me with quick and at-a-glance info without even requiring me to open my phone. As you can see here on the right-hand side, I have my stocks, so I can monitor the markets even without unlocking my phone. And this is something that I really like because it provides me with real-time updates of whether something goes up or whether something goes down in accordance with the markets. And on the left-hand side, I have a really cool widget that relates to my faith. I have an app called Bible Chat, and every day I get brand new Bible verses on my phone. And it's really cool. I've read every verse ever since I got it, and it's a really good omen for me before I start anything because it's the first thing that I see when I open my phone. Now, of course, this isn't something that is only exclusive to my religion too. For example, for my Muslim brothers and sisters, there's an app that lets you put your verses or your prayer times on your lock screen, just like Bible Chat allows me to do so. Just a few off the top of my head, I know there's apps called Azkar and Taqwa Time, which help with these things. And for those of you that are not religious, you guys can get apps that put motivational quotes on your lock screen that reset every single day. A good app that I know that does this is literally an app called Motivation in the App Store. And this is just what I have as my widgets. By no means do you guys have to exactly copy me. If you guys want to put something else, like a Spotify player or a reminders widget or a calendar widget, by all means, go ahead and do so. But just make sure that your widgets are simple and distraction free. Now this far into the video and I haven't even explained it yet, I know you guys are wondering what the heck, what is your time on your phone? And this is a little bit unorthodox, but I like to keep my phone on Arabic time. And it's been like this for 2 years now, and I've actually grown to learn to read the time as if it was just normal time. And there's literally no reason that I did this other than purely for aesthetics. And believe it or not, it is also a great conversation starter because everybody questions it when they see my phone. And of course, the other features, we got the date up top here. And ever since the last iOS update system, iOS 18, you can finally customize the widgets at the bottom. You don't have to keep it at the flashlight and the camera. I just keep it at the flashlight and the camera because this is what I'm most used to and this is the most functional apps to keep on my lock screen. But if you guys have other ideas, you guys can definitely customize it to your heart's content. So, by keeping my lock screen clean, informative, motivational, and distraction-free, I've turned it into a launch pad for creativity and productivity rather than a gateway into mindless scrolling. So I have definitely been that person that has way too many apps on their phone. And let's be real here, it's never the actual phone that causes inefficiency, but rather the apps that you have on it that lead to the excessive screen time and the overstimulation. So if you're doing a spring cleaning of your apps and you're trying to figure out which ones to keep and which ones to get rid of, I think it objectively comes down to your goals in life. What do you want to do more of and what do you want to do less of? So for example, if your goal in life is to get healthier, I would definitely keep apps that revolve around that and get rid of the apps that may hinder that. I would keep fitness apps or calorie tracking apps on the phone, and I would get rid of the apps such as the McDonald's app or the Burger King app so that I'm not tempted to fall into these same negative patterns. Look, I don't care how good that $8.99 plus tax meal deal looks. If it's working against my goals, it's time to go! Now, this is a pretty basic example of this, but this same philosophy will help you reach your goals and declutter your phone. And by being intentional about the apps that you keep and get rid of, you're not just decluttering your phone, you're removing distractions that are holding you back from the lifestyle that you want. So for the bigger social media apps such as YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Tinder, it may be a better idea to just suppress them rather than to delete them. But keep in mind the last point, if it's genuinely a nuisance to you in your life, you gotta give it the boot. Now, a lot of people don't know about this, and a lot of people know about this and just don't use it, but you can actually set screen limits for different apps on your phone. This way, you're not just mindlessly doom scrolling on apps, rather you're just limiting them. For example, if I wanted to set an app limit on TikTok, I would go to my settings, screen time, app limits, and I can set it to 1 hour of screen time every day. After my hour of TikTok is done, I'll get this message and I know that I'm done for TikTok for the day. Now, of course, there's a very easy bypass to this by just ignoring the notification, but no one ever said being the best version of yourself was gonna be easy. It all starts up here. And by adding these app limits, you're taking control of your screen time rather than it controlling you. It's a huge game changer for productivity. So one of the biggest lessons that I've learned as I'm trying to maximize my productivity is that time is your most valuable resource. Now, if you're not managing your time efficiently, it's way too easy to fall into distractions and lose hours doing it. So that's why I've set up my iPhone to help me stay on track. First up, focus modes is a huge game changer because they help me customize my notifications based on what I'm doing. So the two focus modes that I have right now are pretty basic. It's just the general do not disturb, which silences all notifications, all phone calls, all texts from absolutely everyone. And the second one that I have is OTF, and this stands for only the family. So I can only get calls and texts from the people in my family. Now, I like to use D&D on those long car rides or those late night study sessions when I know I'm not really gonna be texting or calling anyone. And this helps me really stay locked in and focus on my task at hand. And the second one, the OTF one, is the one that I probably use the most because I use it during the day when I'm trying to work, but I also don't want to miss any important calls or texts from my family. And this is just what I use as my focus modes because it works for me. But if you want to tailor something to you and your lifestyle, I would definitely recommend doing so. Next up, for time management, I love to use my app calendar to plan out my days. Now, a lot of people underestimate this app, but for me, I love seeing my tasks, my meetings, my class times, all literally like visually in front of me. And Apple has made it so that some of the stuff integrates into your schedule like automatically. For example, if I book a haircut on Google, it will automatically transfer to my calendar. This way I know it's there and I'm not gonna miss it. But the rule generally for me is that if it's not on my calendar, it just doesn't exist. Now, another app that I use for my time management is just straight up the clock app. It's very simple yet super effective. And I don't just use my clock app to set alarms to wake up. I also use it to set reminders to switch tasks, to take breaks, or even to start winding down at night. And another underrated feature of this app is timers. Basically, when I'm struggling to focus on a specific task, I like to use the Pomodoro technique. So this essentially means that I set a timer for 25 to 30 minutes of distraction-free work, followed by a short break. And by using this technique, honestly, I've had hours of study sessions where I've not been burnt out. And of course, last but not least, I use it as my daily alarm. And if you guys don't know about the alarm method of setting an alarm every 5 minutes, like, what are you doing? And last but not least, I have the Notes app, probably the most underrated app on the iPhone. And I use it for absolutely everything, like quick to-do lists, random thoughts I need to remember, some meeting notes, and I'm sorry if this sounds a little bit cringe, but even some of my manifestations. And with new features such as collaborations in Notes, pinning notes, and keeping them in folders, it's helped me to keep my app really organized rather than just a clutter of a bunch of notes. So by combining focus modes, calendar planning, organized notes, and smart alarms, my iPhone has gone from a distraction machine to a productivity powerhouse. Now, these small tweaks make a huge difference, and once you set them up, they'll start working for you almost automatically. So the next topic is something that is really important to me, and it should really be important to you as well, and that is creativity. But basically what I'm trying to say is that your iPhone is not just a productivity tool, but also a great device for creativity. Whether you're capturing memories, editing photos or videos, and jotting down notes, your iPhone can make your visions come to life if you're using it the right way. I want to start off by saying that the iPhone camera is insane. It's one of the best cameras that you can have in your pocket at all times, and I constantly use it to capture moments, take inspiration shots, or even create content. The Photos app isn't something I use just for storing pictures. It's kind of like a visual journal for me. And if I ever take a picture and I need to edit it on the go, the Photos app is perfect for that. It has powerful tools that helps me adjust the exposure, the contrast, or even remove stuff from the background. And it's so good, it's gotta get a second mention. The Apple Notes app and even Notion are two of the best apps that help me just dump some of my most creative ideas. Of course, I'm so heavy on Notion, and like, they're not even sponsoring me, guys. Like, I'm literally just glazing them for free. But that being said, like, it is such a great app that I use for things such as school, or like I said, my content ideas. So as this point comes to a close, I just wanna say that make sure you guys are using your iPhone as a creative device and as a fun device just as much as you're using it for productivity. So the last way that I use my iPhone for productivity is with travel and navigation. So whether I'm planning a trip, commuting, or just trying to find what the fastest route is, my iPhone helps everything go smoother. So when it comes from going from point A to point B, the two apps that I use the most is Apple Maps and Waze. So with Apple Maps, I literally have nothing bad to say about it. It's super clean, it's integrated directly into my iPhone, and it gives pretty detailed turn-by-turn instructions whether you're driving, walking, or even taking public transit. Plus, if you're using Apple CarPlay, it just works seamlessly. And if I'm driving, Waze is literally unbeatable because it gives me like real-time traffic updates, and it warns me about speed traps, construction, or any debris on the road that could cause any delays. Like I said, I like to use the two of them, and I like to keep the two of them handy whenever I am out of the house. So guys, you may not think it's as important, but please make sure you try to optimize your iPhone for travel and navigation. It has helped me out a ton. So at the end of the day, your iPhone is just a tool, but how you use it determines whether it's your ultimate productivity companion or just a major distraction. And by optimizing your setup, managing your apps, and just getting a hold of the right features, you can turn your iPhone into something that definitely helps you level up rather than holding you back. And of course, I'm still figuring things out myself. I'm always looking for new ways to optimize my iPhone for productivity. So if you guys have any game-changing iPhone tips, don't be shy to leave them in the comments below. I would definitely love to read them and hear about them. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like and consider subscribing if you enjoy the content that I post. We are on the road to 100 subs and we are almost there. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay productive, stay inspired. Peace.